Life insurance is not just to serve as a benefit for when you pass away. It is also to serve you. A living benefit or an accelerated living benefit rider gives you the opportunity to accelerate money from your death benefit. If you lose your job, if you get laid off, if they decide to replace you with AI, guess what? You don't have those same benefits. You will never be younger than you are today. Now, you were younger in the past, but today is as young as you will ever be. Your life insurance is an asset. Stop thinking of it as a bill. I want you to think of it as an asset because that's what it is. It's an asset. Hello. Good evening. Happy National Life Insurance Day. National Life Insurance Day. My name is Dr. Terri Alford. I'm known as the Women's Wealth Strategist. I specialize in helping business owners and professionals attract abundance and retire wealthy. However, on tonight, the focus is life insurance. How to get more life out of your life insurance policies. And why are we speaking about this? Well, if you do your research, the first life insurance policy was written in the 1760s, and we celebrate that on May 2nd today. Okay, May 2nd. It was in May of 1761, actually, that the first policy was written. Life insurance policy was written. Who was it written for? Why would someone get a life insurance policy in 1761? Well, at the time, the life insurance policies were created to benefit and help and support the ministers, children and wives that were left behind. So the widows and the children were able to get support when the ministers passed away. And that's why the life insurance industry started in the U.S. Now, there are some things that have happened over time, and I know for a fact that there is so much history that goes into life insurance, and so many people tend to think that life insurance is not to be used during your lifetime. At the time, it was created to provide a death benefit. For some reason, they called it life insurance. But now, in 2026, at the recording of this video, during this time, you're actually able to get the life out of your life insurance. And I am going to share with you ways on how to get more life out of your life insurance policies. You may not know that life insurance policies with many insurance carriers, many insurance companies have something called accelerated living benefits. That's what the first L is for, life, living benefits. What is a living benefit? A living benefit or an accelerated living benefit rider gives you the opportunity to accelerate money from your death benefit so that you can use that money to take care of your medical expenses, your living expenses, etc. There are several testimonials online about people who have been able to get hundreds of thousands of dollars from their life insurance policy while they were living when they were diagnosed with a critical, chronic, or terminal illness. I love the fact that almost all of my carriers, except one, because I got a new guarantee issue final expense carrier that don't offer it at no additional cost. But right now, outside of that one, all of the insurance companies that I have partnered with and that I work with and that are powered with my organization, guess what? They offer the accelerated living benefits at no cost. So that means that these are free riders. If you have a critical illness, which includes a heart attack, stroke, cancer, end-stage renal failure, major burns, ALS, AIDS, if you are diagnosed with a critical illness, any of those plus some others, you can submit a claim and be able to get a check. Y'all, even one of my carriers covers, fibrosis, these allergies, and I'm getting over a cold. But y'all, can you imagine having to not work for a period of time and being able to submit a claim and being able to get money to take care of your bills because of a living benefit, because of a accelerated living benefit rider. That's one of the ways that you can get the life out of your life insurance policies. Life insurance is not just to serve as a benefit for when you pass away. It is also to serve you. It's like you become your own beneficiary on your life insurance policy. Okay? That's the L. L. Okay? I. How do you get the life insurance, the life out of life insurance with the I? What is the I for? Well, I want to explain to you what does it mean to have insurance and also be able to earn interest if you have investment grade life insurance. There are levels to this thing. The good news is you can have a term policy that have the accelerated living benefits and have money available to you if you get sick with the critical, chronic, or terminal illness like I shared. But if you have investment grade life insurance, you are able to benefit from the additional funds you put into that policy. You are able to benefit from how the insurance company does and how they're able to get a return on the money that you have put into the life insurance policy. They get a return and then they pay you a return in the form of cash value if you have cash value life insurance. So you're able to earn interest on the money that you're putting into your policies if you have the right type of policy and if you can get approved. So again, you can get the life out of life insurance. Life insurance is not just designed to give a death benefit to your family members if you pass away. That is a beautiful benefit of it, but it's not the only benefit. So if your life insurance policy does not have the accelerated living benefits, or if you don't know how the accelerated living benefits work, or if you feel like you're underinsured and you need more, we need to have a conversation. If you feel like you don't understand how your life insurance policy is or isn't earning interest, we need to have a conversation. Okay? The F is for face amount. The face amount in the policy is the same thing as the death benefit, which are the same thing as the policy proceeds. All of those terms are used interchangeably. So it is a great benefit for you to be able to leave a legacy for your family. There are so many millionaires who have become millionaires because they were able to take an inheritance and turn that inheritance into multiple millions of dollars. You may not have come from millions, but millions can come from you. And I will encourage you, if you get close to me, if you spend enough time with me, I am going to encourage you to have at least $1 million policy, because that face amount of $1 million can change your family tree, the trajectory of your children and your children's children. We speak a lot about legacy. We speak a lot about generational wealth, but how often do we make the decisions to make sure that generational wealth is there for our families and our children's children? There are multiple ways that you can invest your money and reinvest your money and use your money, but life insurance has a face amount, a death benefit that is given to the beneficiaries. And that money can be put into a number of places that could give your family an incredible legacy. And guess what? You can also, as I mentioned before, be able to receive more money if you have a bigger death benefit or a bigger face amount. If you do become ill, if you have $1 million policy and you submit your paperwork and your paperwork say that you are able to get, let's say, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 from that policy, even if it's a term policy, you can pay off your home. You could get out of debt. You can put that money into a retirement plan. You can reinvest that money. You can pay off medical bills and not have to file bankruptcy because of medical bills. Oh, y'all don't want to hear me tonight. Y'all don't want to say amen. I challenge you to say amen in the comment section. These are the things that you should have. These are the reasons why you should not just have insurance on your job. These jobs ain't loyal. These jobs ain't loyal. That's the new jingle. These jobs ain't loyal, right? So since the jobs are not loyal, guess what? If you lose your job, if you get laid off, if they decide to replace you with AI, guess what? You don't have those same benefits. I remember a few weeks ago, many people got an email. They worked for Oracle. They got an email and said, we no longer need your services. Those people were laid off, no warning or any of that. They lost their benefits. They're not going to get the same benefits that they've been getting as an employee. It's over. It's done. My mom and sister and I, we have this joke. We have these things that we say. One of the things we say when it's a wrap, we say quad through. That's it. That's it. So you want to make sure that you have a policy, an accelerated living benefits life insurance policy with a great amount of coverage outside of your job. Because some of you don't want to be at their job until you retire anyway. And your coverage is going to be the best rate that it will ever be today. You will never be younger than you are today. Now, you were younger in the past, but today is as young as you will ever be. So it's best for you to get your quotes and make sure that you're getting properly covered, you're getting properly protected, and you are getting properly insured. Again, you can be underinsured. I don't think you can be overinsured, but you definitely can be underinsured. Let's say if you have a $500,000 home and you got a $50,000 policy, if you're able to get approved for more coverage, you need mortgage protection. You need to make sure that if something happens to you, you have a big enough life insurance policy that's going to pay out money to who is left so that they can pay off the house and your spouse don't have to lose the house. Your children don't have to lose the house because they lost the income because they lost you. Face them out. Life, right? Life, legacy. Get the life out of life insurance. Get the life out of life insurance. It's not just the benefit for when you pass away. Did you know that when you calculate someone's net worth, the cash value that's available in their life insurance policy is calculated? I do annuities. I love being an annuity broker. I trained on annuities today. I trained 17 insurance agents today on annuities. And one of them wrote an annuity while I was on the call. Can we get a hand clap in the comment section? Can we get a pom-pom in the comment section for that? I love teaching. And I had the honor and the privilege of training a group of professional agents on today on how to secure annuity business and also how to do the applications. And I shared with them, even on the annuity application, there is a part that all applicants have to pass, and it's called suitability. You have to be insurable to get insurance policies, but you have to be suitable. You have to have enough money to qualify for a lot of these products. And if you're like, I've been studying annuities, I got questions about annuities, reach out to me because I'm an annuity broker. I work with several different companies that offer the annuities, and we can have a conversation about it. You can send me a DM if you got questions. You can send us a text at 903-224-6151. But even with the annuities, on the annuity application, there's the suitability form where we have to list our clients' assets. And we have to calculate the net worth. And would you know it that one of the inquiries on the form says cash value in life insurance policies, like your net worth is taking your assets minus your liabilities. Your life insurance is an asset. Stop thinking of it as a bill. I want you to think of it as an asset because that's what it is. It's an asset. It's an asset. I was about to say something, but I'm not going to say it. Okay? It's an asset. In the E, what is the E? It's the E, get the life out of your life insurance policy. I am going to speak about equity because I believe that we should own more. And the beautiful thing is when you have ownership, when you are able to have access to cash and you are able to have cash flow and liquidity and money that you can pull from, you can do a lot of things. You can take out the equity in your home. You can also take out the equity in your life insurance policy and reinvest that into other places. Did you know that if you take money out of your life insurance policy, you take it out from the cash value, your money in that cash value account can still be growing? You can still be gaining interest on the amount that you took out. Y'all, listen. If you got more questions, we need to have a conversation. You can drop your questions in the comment section of this video. You can send me a DM. You can send me a text message, but I want you to get your life out of the life insurance policies. Many people are like, oh, I need a trust. You need a trust. Guess what people put in the trust? Things that they own. Life insurance go in the trust. Guess what? If someone wants to buy somebody out of a business arrangement, they do a buy-sell agreement. And you know what is typically used to do the buy-sell agreement? Life insurance policies. Did you know that if someone has a special needs child, they can create a program so that that special needs child is taken care of? And you know, a lot of the products that are used for that are provided by life insurance companies. It is National Life Insurance Day, and I am thankful to be in this multi-trillion-dollar industry, not just because it's lucrative, not just because it is a lucrative industry, but because I am able to educate, empower, and equip people with an understanding of why, if you do not have adequate life insurance, you need to get it. If you have questions, do not feel inadequate because you don't have adequate life insurance. Ask questions. According to the stats, over 60% of Americans do not have life insurance. An even greater percentage of people are worried about running out of money, outliving their money. And for those of you who have more questions about annuities and so forth, annuities can be used. They can be used to pay you income for life. So if you are in the right season for an annuity and you can get approved through suitability for an annuity, you can get paid for the rest of your life. It's like setting up your own pension. It's a sophisticated, very fancy savings account that is provided by a life insurance company. Life insurance, life insurance is the secret to America's success, because a long time ago, when the Great Depression happened, the banks were going under, but you know who bailed America out? The life insurance companies. As a matter of fact, I guarantee you the bank that you have your money in right now is using the money that you have put into the bank to reinvest the money and put it into cash value life insurance. If you want to become your own bank, if you want to do like the wealthy do, you are going to make sure that you have adequate life insurance. I have yet to sit down with a wealthy person and discover that they don't have life insurance. Some type of life insurance, because life insurance can be used to pay estate taxes. Did you know that? Did you know that? That's another way we can use the E. If you are a high net worth individual and you know that you are going to be leaving a great estate for your family, but they have to pay estate taxes because in your state you got too much money not to pay taxes, guess what? You can use the life insurance policy to help offset what your family will have to come up with in estate taxes. Y'all don't hear me. I spoke on yesterday about making sure that if you want to become wealthy, you do as the wealthy do. You spend more time with the wealthy. Well, the wealthy use life insurance to get what they want. They build tax-free retirement streams to get what they want. They leverage life insurance companies as the life insurance companies leverage the banks, and the banks leverage life insurance companies. They know how to work it in their favor. Is interest working in your favor or is working against you? It should be working in your favor. If you are only on one side of interest, and that's because you're paying interest, but you're not earning interest, you need to move around. We need to have a conversation. Now, I am going to get ready to wrap up this live, but I am going to tell you that if you're watching the replay, I want you to type hashtag replay in the comment section. I want you to share this video with someone who needs to see it, who needs to know about it. Michelle, thank you for commenting. This is so true. Retirement is coming. It's only coming if you can afford to retire, though, Michelle. If you can't afford to retire, you are going to have to continue to work. And if you do retire from your companies, some of you will not have life insurance that follow you. You're going to have to get life insurance in your 60s and your 70s. I wrote a life insurance policy today for a 73-year-old 73-year-old. She already has pre-existing conditions. And we had to give her what is called a guarantee issue policy. So the most coverage that she could get qualified for is $25,000. I wish I could give her $1 million policy, but I can't. I cannot offer her that because of her pre-existing medical conditions and her age. The most we can do is $25,000. You don't want to retire, have pre-existing conditions, and then the insurance company say, I'm sorry, the most you could get is $25,000. We can't give you $1 million policy. That's why I'm big on making sure the children get policies early. Y'all remember Little Romeo? Little Romeo, you just don't know. The way you move so fast across the floor. You know you run through my mind like all the time, from the front to the back. I want to take you home. Yes, I'm a millennial. Okay, so Little Romeo has a precious little baby. And this precious little baby has been diagnosed with pre-existing conditions. Little Romeo and the Masterpiece family, they have enough money to take care of what is needed. But what if a precious baby in your family was diagnosed with those illnesses? Then guess what? Those illnesses keep that baby from being able to get great, big, large access to accelerated living benefits, life insurance policies in the future. And if the baby had an accelerated living benefit life insurance policy and they get a qualifying medical condition, now the parent can use that money to take care of the baby's medical needs. You don't have to get a GoFundMe. You don't have to worry about quitting your job so you can be there for your child. All children should have life insurance policies, and I think they should all have their own. If you can't afford for the children to have their own, make sure you have a child rider. But if you can make sure that the child can have their own policy and they don't have any pre-existing conditions, and you have $15, the cost of a Chick-fil-A meal, a large Chick-fil-A meal, if you can afford $15 per month, you can give that baby their own policy. One of my carriers, I write it all the time, $15 a month for $50,000 in permanent accelerated living benefits life insurance. The only way that a child can get a term policy is if they're riding on somebody else's policy, because the insurance companies know it doesn't make sense to offer a child a term policy because they're most likely going to outlive it. So they offer whole life policies for pennies on a dollar, the cost of a Chick-fil-A meal. Shoot. Fast food is a little higher than usual. Cost of a McDonald's meal. The cost of a meal at Chili's, is your baby worth that? Are your grandchildren worth that? Can you afford, if you're a single parent, can you afford for your children to get sick and you have to stop working for a little bit? Will you have to use all of the money in your savings account and your emergency funds to take care of bills while you make sure they get the best care? Accelerated living benefits is a real thing. And the earlier you get it, the lower the cost it is. And the more coverage you can get for less money. So whether you are 6 months old, 6 years old, 16 years old, or 60 years old, get you some accelerated living benefits life insurance and make sure you are able to get the life out of your life insurance as well. I hope you found this to be educational, inspirational, motivational. If so, please drop that word in the comment section. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're watching this on YouTube. And if you are, watching this on Facebook, LinkedIn, give me a thumbs up. Give me a heart. Tell me what resonated with you. Let me know if you have questions in the comment section. And last but not least, if you want to book a time to meet with me, you can go to the link that is going across the bottom of the screen. If you're not just looking and you're ready to do your booking, you can go to the link that is going across the bottom of the screen, or you can just send ready to 903-224-6151. Thank you so much. My name is Dr. Terri Alford. I'm known as the Women's Wealth Strategist. I am the owner of TNA Financial Group, which is an award-winning insurance and annuity agency and brokerage. Okay, that's what I do in addition to some other things, but that's where I make my main bread and butter. By the way, one other thing, shameless plug. You heard me talk about training the team on annuities. If you need me to do a training for your team, or you have questions about how to expand your offerings for your clients, you can send me a DM and we can talk about that too. All right. Yeah, Michelle said motivational and conversational. Hey, I like that. I like that. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you all again tomorrow on day 3 of my 21-day live challenge. Adios.